Welcome back to Crossroads. It's always a good time in the studio when cupcakes are involved. So Gina Lowry from Create a Cake is here to help us perfect some spring decorating. So Gina, you've brought some really cute Easter baskets, as we can see here. So what are the first steps when we start making this?
Well, you have to bake first.
You have to bake first.
Yeah. And then once they're baked, you get your icing set up and made up, and then you get ready to do some cupcakes.
Very fun. So I see that we have lots of little things out here. Where, let's say someone's really wanting to do this, where can we get these and how do we get started on that?
Okay, you can come by the shop and we sell all these individual little picks. There's a lot of stuff you can do. The jelly beans you can buy at any store. I tell people if you need bags, the disposable bags, tips, couplers, you're gonna get all that from us too. And then you can get your coloring to color up your icing. And if you need help, we'll show you what to do.
Okay, so I'm really curious, how do we get this grassy look for a little bag or a basket?
Okay, well the tip that we have is like a grass tip or a hair tip. It has a bunch of little tiny holes in it, and when you squeeze your bag, it comes out kind of hairy looking. And then you just squeeze it and cover your cupcake. See, you're doing a good job.
Yay, grass.
And it's always fun to incorporate this kind of stuff for kids, with kids.
Oh, I bet.
It's like you were told me before, you're a Sunday school teacher, this is something that you can do. Be sure to tell the parents ahead of time so the kids can be prepared to come in their, in their clothes they cannot be afraid to get dirty in.
So do you have to have a lot of good baking knowledge in order to make these, or is this pretty simple? Anyone across the board can do it?
It's pretty simple. We did it today so that it can be set up for anybody to do, and then they can plan to work on them with their kids. It's always nice to have a project you can work with children at, or if you don't have children, then you can work with your grandkids or by yourself or with a neighbor or with a friend.
Very nice. And so how did you come up with this idea?
Well, these basket cupcakes have been around for a long, long time. And it seemed like it was appropriate to do it for Easter because Easter's coming up. And it's simple and easy, and it's something that I can show people to do. When you get more complicated stuff, then it's something that some people have to have a little bit more knowledge about or training to do. The little characters that we have here, they're very, very simple and very easy to do. And we carry the little plastic goodies to make those up in the shop as well. It's a little kit, and give you the directions. And these little eyes, it comes down underneath where the nose is, or the same with that. And they're finger puppets for the kids to play with afterwards. So they're really, really sweet. And what's really cute is the bunny even has a little fancy tail.
So fun.
Now,
so fun.
What we're putting on, you're putting on our picks, but what are some of these on here? They're also rings. So the kids can have rings to play with afterwards.
So fun.
These here are rings, and they can play with them afterwards. I have one little boy that comes in the store, and he collects the rings. And he has a little toolbox, and so every time he comes in, he gets something.
Very fun.
So you'll decorate your cupcake however you want it with the items that you have selected. Put a couple of jelly beans on.
Oh.
And then you're gonna round your pipe cleaner, easy access. You can get them at the craft store or at any shop. You're gonna round them up a little bit. We're gonna push them in towards the center a little, and we're gonna stab inside on one side and stab in on the other, and you're just gonna push them into the cake. And they'll automatically round themselves. There you go.
So like
just touch your little bug up there. So.
Okay. So see, not that hard. Anyone's able to do this. You just make your cupcakes. You put the grass on, which your grass is looking a lot more grassier than mine. Mine needs a good mowing to get it good to go.
Yeah.
Well, if you feel more comfortable leaving it to the professionals, you can actually call Gina here in Marion at 662-9538 or in Kokomo at 765-452-CAKE. And that is 452-2253. And so, like you said, you have all of these. And also, graduation is coming up, so you have some couple cute little things.
And we have some cupcakes so that it helps people. And we have the foils in the different school colors. We have some different ideas to help you on sheet cake samples and that as well. Coming up with Easter as well. We also make and sell the panoramic eggs. We do a chocolate-filled Easter eggs that are in the same size as this and decorated like that, and they come in a little box.
So many fun ways that you can spice up your holiday or your graduation with using Create a Cake. So thank you, Gina, so much for showing us all of this. I know especially I will be utilizing these tips.